What would you say is your current kind of learning edge around relationships? What are you meeting now? What's the next challenge?
Do you mean personally speaking?
One and the same, really, isn't
It
it?
is. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, at the moment, what I'm working with at the moment is a really good question. I'm really glad you answered it. You asked it. Um, at the moment, I'm working with seeing my thoughts and my feelings. So feeling the feelings that are arising in me and seeing the stories I might have around that feeling and not identifying with them. So if a worry comes up, a worrisome thought comes up in my mind, and I feel a churny belly, and then I start to kind of get into that story and that feeling, to
Mm,
really just bring as much presence as I can to that,
mm,
and seeing that it's not who I am, and this doesn't mean something about who I am. This is actually an experience that's passing through, and so it's really embracing the feeling, not trying to push it away, allowing the thoughts to be there, but seeing them for what they are
mm,
instead of getting lost in them and getting consumed. And
mm.
so I feel like I've been doing that since I was a teenager. I've been practicing that, but lately it seems to have gone up a level, and it also seems like I'm having experiences that are giving me the opportunity to do that. So really challenging experiences coming, where I might be thinking something over in my mind and something difficult come up in a relationship with someone, and I'm awake at 2 a.m. It happened last night. So I was awake for an hour in bed, really uh, saying, right, Nicola, just bring everything you've ever learned to this moment, to bring presence, and to just allow myself to be free, to just,
Mm,
yeah, as free as I can be here, and as loving and kind,
mm.
without trying to get this perfect, but just recognizing there is another way, than being stuck in these mental emotional patterns,
Yes,
because
great.
it takes up so much energy that
Yeah.
I could be using, in other ways in my life.
Mm, mm. Yeah, because so earlier, right at the beginning of our time together now, you were speaking about your relationship with yourself. Um, so I feel like I'm getting an example of what you meant by that here. So yeah, so there's a part of you who's in a loop, and I suppose as from my perspective now, you can let me know if this resonates with you. From my work as a somatic therapist, I would think perhaps you'd gotten triggered into a trauma loop, and there was some emotional and somatic and mental components to the trauma loop. And when we're triggered like that, it's so easy to get just sucked into it, and we're just in it, and we've merged with it, and we just are that part who's suffering. Um, so when I hear you say your practice is to bring your presence to the experience so that you can relate to it, um, that feels really, really quite exciting and liberating. I get the sense of, like you say, there's the potential then to disidentify with the experience while also allowing the fullness of the experience, allowing the one who's suffering to suffer and being able to witness them from a place of
Yeah,
presence. So they're not alone in the suffering anymore.
exactly. That's exactly it. And